Welcome to the June edition of Coral Gables Now. Coral Gables is experiencing World Cup fever. We'll show you where to go for all things soccer. There is a new park that opened in the city and it's unlike any other. Plus, we've got some summer camp options for your kids, and a special church has a special recognition. Those stories and much more when you join me and him for Coral Gables Now. This month is huge for soccer fans because it marks the start of the World Cup, and with all the cultural diversity that we have here, it's no shock that Coral Gables is experiencing World Cup fever. So there's a lot of places around town that have special events around the games. The World Cup is a highly anticipated event. After all, it comes around once every 4 years. Many businesses in Coral Gables see it as an opportunity to attract new customers with special events and themed offerings for the games. The Irish pub John Martin's is always up for a party. Expect watch parties with specials tailored to the specific countries playing. There will be extra TVs set up for the games as well. John Martin's is located at 253 Miracle Mile. Fritz and Franz is expecting a big crowd for the World Cup. The German joint will show all the games on their 9 HD screens. Several more screens will be set up outside on the plaza for the more popular games. Look for several giveaways like soccer shirts, glasses, and gift certificates. Fritz and Franz is located at 60 Merrick Way. The Spanish are serious soccer fans and they have a lot to celebrate. Spain is ranked #1 in the FIFA World Rankings. Expect big events for Spain games, especially at Spanish businesses like La Taberna Giralda, located at 254 Giralda Avenue. Owner Karen Pino and her staff are looking forward to hosting several special events.
Well, obviously, we're very excited for the games. For Spain, it's such a big deal, the games, and everybody that comes here always has such a wonderful time. It is a tavern, so it's a perfect atmosphere to enjoy the games, and we're going to have a big projector put out inside of the restaurant. We're going to have TVs outside, and we're also going to have tapas specials and drink specials, and there's going to be a MAO representative that's going to come by and also be doing giveaways. So we're very excited for the games, and we're all going to show our pride with our t-shirts, and we're just looking forward to it.
And at Morton's, the American Steakhouse, guests can also watch the game in comfort with specially priced bites for the matches. It's located at 2333 Ponce de Leon Boulevard. In a city with so much international representation, you're sure to find the right place to cheer on your team. And the Coral Gables Museum is really ground zero for all things soccer in Coral Gables. Not only is there a special exhibit on the stadiums in Brazil, but several of the games will actually be televised right outside on the plaza. And joining us to talk about everything that's going on here is the museum's director, Christine Rupp. Thank you so much, Chris. Thanks for having us here.
Thanks for coming to the museum. It's exciting.
So it's so fitting that we're in this room. We're in the Sister Cities room, and you've got all of our Sister City partners with Coral Gables. But this is a great venue, a great event for you guys. Tell me a little bit about what's going to happen here.
Sure. Well, as you said, we're celebrating soccer all summer long here at the museum. We have a beautiful exhibition called 12 Stadiums, 12 Cities, which showcases the architecture and design of all the incredible new stadiums that are being constructed for the World Cup, and also the culture of the host cities. In many instances, the culture and the traditions of those cities influence the design of the stadium. So the exhibit will have beautiful photographs, architectural renderings and models, soccer paraphernalia and memorabilia. We'll also have some interactive areas where we have the new FIFA 2014 video game. You can come in and play foosball tables. It's going to be a beautiful exhibition.
And we've got some models behind us here. And are these going to be as well on display? These are the official jerseys?
Official uniforms of the Brazilian soccer team, and contributed by Soccer Locker. This is the home and away uniforms, and so we'll certainly see those on the field this summer.
All right, and the exhibit, it's an original exhibit.
It is. It's an original exhibit. Almost a year ago, we were contacted by Adriana Sabino. Adriana has an office here in Coral Gables. She lives in Key Biscayne, and she's the director of the Cultural Center for Brazil in the United States, which is based right here on Aragon. And so she's also an architect and interior designer, very talented woman, and she came to the museum with this idea to produce this exhibition. She was familiar with our mission, that we're based on architecture and sustainability, and many of the stadiums are designed with a lot of green or sustainable features. So she thought this would be a great way to engage the whole community, reach out obviously to the huge Brazilian community that's in Miami, and bring this beautiful event to the museum. And we said yes.
So you've partnered with several organizations to make it happen. You brought a jersey as well that is going to be showcased. Can you show us?
Sure.
A lot of our crew here was already salivating when they saw this.
This is great. This is, again, the official Brazilian jersey, and this was signed by the team that visited here in Miami last November. So many of these players will be on the field this summer.
That's great to have.
This will be in the exhibit.
All right. And, you know, I think that this kind of event, because it has to do with soccer, is going to attract people that normally wouldn't be visiting the museum. Would you say that there's more, because there's so much more cultural diversity here, you're going to get a lot more people?
I absolutely agree. And the fact that we're activating the plaza will be a soccer field all summer long. So we're going to have kids events out there, children's camps, soccer clinics for children and adults, and obviously we're reaching out to the Miami Consular Corps to reach out to their members and their contacts within their countries to come to the museum and celebrate soccer with us. So it will be a great international feel all summer long.
So you're gonna line the plaza with turf.
That's right. There'll be turf on the plaza.
This one.
This is the gorgeous turf. It's called Royal Grass, and it's imported by a Dutch company, and it's a beautiful grass, and it's soft.
Yes,
and
it
we're gonna create lines just like a soccer field. We're gonna have goals on either end, soccer balls out there to kick around all summer.
Wow. You'll be broadcasting some of the games.
We are. Fortunately, we have brought on ESPN Deportes from New York to broadcast the opening game, Brazil v. Croatia, on June 12th, and then Brazil v. Mexico on June 17th out in the plaza. They're the major sponsor. We're having a 9x16 jumbo LED screen, cocktails, Brazilian barbecue, ESPN talent, and it's music. It's going to be a great way to watch the World Cup.
Yeah, honestly, you know, it seems like it's a community builder too. You're going to bring so many people in from all different segments of our community, and I think this is such a great city to do this type of event at, because we are so culturally diverse. Wouldn't you say?
Absolutely.
So tell me about how long we can expect this exhibit to be on, and when we can start looking forward to it.
After the opening June 5th, the exhibit will run through September 14th. We're engaging several partners to create wonderful programs within that exhibition time. So in addition to the activities I mentioned, soccer clinics and camps, we're doing architectural lectures about soccer, and which is so timely in Miami right now. Lectures about sports in general, sports stadiums. We're doing Brazilian films in conjunction with the cinema across the street, food, Brazilian arts and crafts. So if you go to the Coral Gables Museum website, you're going to find out everything you can do in conjunction with this exhibit all summer long.
Great. Thank you so much, Chris.
My
I
pleasure.
appreciate it. And as Chris said, you can go to the Coral Gables Museum website. It's coralgablesmuseum.org, and you can click on the logo that says 12 Stadiums, 12 Cities. We'll be right back with more of Coral Gables Now.
Don't ignore the law. You must call 811 2 full business days before you dig to avoid damaging buried utilities. For digging projects big or small, Make the call to 811. It's fast, it's free, it's the law.
Welcome back. We're at the Coral Gables Museum. You know, school is out, but without the right activity, boredom can quickly set in. Luckily for you, Mike Biana went out looking for some summer camp options for your kids. Mike?
The Coral Gables Museum offers several programs, including City Trekker. The 8-week summer camp is for kids ages 5 to 10. The children will participate in presentations, exhibitions, art, and field trips. The kids will learn art and culture, architecture, and they will visit the Venetian pool. Hours are Monday to Friday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., and every Friday, the kids will enjoy pizza. The camp starts June 9th. For more information, visit their site at www.coralgablesmuseum.org or call the number on the screen. If you want your children to learn about cooking, the chefs of the Biltmore Hotel will host a special summer camp. The 1-week summer camp is for children from 9 to 16 years of age. The kids will work in age groups, and there is a limit of 15 kids per group, starting off with preparing gourmet recipes created by professional chefs. The camp starts on June 16th. For more information, visit www.biltmorehotel.com, select Biltmore Culinary Academy, or call the number on the screen. If your children are interested in nature, then Fairchild Tropical Botanic Garden offers a program starting on June 16th. The kids can explore how to conserve our planet. They'll learn about preserving water and about our ecosystem. The camp is for kids starting at age 6. For more information, email education@fairchildgarden.org or call the number on the screen. And finally, the Coral Gables Youth Center offers an affordable summer camp full of excitement and entertainment. The summer camp is for kids starting at age 4, and it's from Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. The camp offers several activities like sports, arts and crafts, reading, and more. The camp starts June 6th. For more information, visit www.playgables.com or call the number on the screen.
All right, thanks, Mike. And residents in the southern end of the city have a great new park to enjoy this summer. It's Ingraham Park, and it opened last month. And here to tell us some of the great features that you'll find at this park is the new Public Service Director, Brooke Dannemiller. Thank you so much, and welcome to the city.
Thank you, Belkis. Thanks for having me.
So not only are you the new Public Service Director, but you also worked as the landscape architect on this project when you were at ACOM.
Yes, that is correct.
So this is a great new addition to the city. It's in the southern end. What's the location exactly?
It's at the intersection of Lejeune and Ingram Terrace, just north of Cartagena Plaza, which is also known as Coco Plum Circle.
And I feel like it's beautiful. It's definitely something that you haven't seen before, and you see these great features even as you're driving up to it. Tell me a little bit about it.
Yes, the intent of the park is a twofold. One was to create a monumental sort of entrance features similar to what we have in North Gables, Country Club Prado, and the other entrances, and then also as a pocket park along the Commodore Trail that runs through it. So it's both a neighborhood park and an entry feature for the city.
And there is no, it's not a regular playground park per se, because there is no playground. It's more of it's a little bit more sophisticated,
yes,
wouldn't you say?
It's more geared towards the neighborhood and recreation. So the cyclists, the bikers, the neighbors. So there's an exercise circle in the middle, and I don't know if you want to go through some of the features now, or
yeah, that would be great if you could, tell us some of the things that we'll find there.
So as you drive up, you'll see a fountain which was inspired by a fountain in the Alhambra in Spain, and it's surrounded by a trellis. And the scale of the trellis was based off of the spacing and the column size off of Country Club Prado and some of the ones along Coral Way. So it still has a Coral Gables sort of theme and inspiration, but it has a more modern twist to it with a curved trellis structure. And they'll have bougainvilleas growing up over the top of it in the next couple of years. And
so that feature's gonna look a little bit like the Country Club Prado then.
Exactly,
okay.
Exactly. And then the amenities within the park, we have 2 chilled drinking fountains. We have a mister for the cyclists and the bikers, which is a nice feature on those hot summer days. And then the exercise circle. So there's a full range of exercises in there, from upper body, lower body, abs and all that stuff within the park.
And you have a dog fountain as well and some dog amenities.
Yes, the drinking fountains have a dog bowl on the bottom side of them. There's also a jug filler on the front, so people that want to fill a water bottle, they can fill it quickly. Yes. And then there's also pet waste stations there, so people walking their dogs through the park can have grab a bag to clean up after their pets.
Sustainability features, green features that we have at the park, what are they?
Yes, the entire back half is native plantings, and those are on separate irrigation zones, so once they're established we can either trim that off or reduce the irrigation to reduce water. And then also all the lights in the park are LED lights, so they're very energy efficient, long-lasting lights.
I noticed when we were at the park that there was the area right around the fountain has a compacted gravel floor. It's not grass. It's very unique. Tell me, how did you come up with that idea?
Lots of parks all over the world, Europe, South America, they use gravel instead of concrete and other hard surfaces. It gives it a more natural kind of pedestrian-friendly feel to it, and it's sort of a rustic, elegant look that it gives the park.
There is no parking in the park per se.
That is correct.
What is the premise behind that? And if someone's coming from the outside and wants to see this area, where should they park?
There's paved designated parking around Cartagena Plaza, so there's plenty of parking over there. You can walk, bike, and so there should be ample parking, and most people will be coming by foot or bicycle. But if you need to drive there, there's parking right across the pedestrian bridge.
All right, and was the community involved, I'm sure, in planning this park? Because so. It's really a neighborhood park per se. Yeah,
we held public meetings out at the site. We got lots of community input. We incorporated a lot of their input. There's also a landscape advisory board meeting, which is made up of community members that also gave input to the design process. So it was well-rounded input from the community.
And really, there was not much there before. It was
it was mostly grass. The trail did go through it. It was a little kind of a beat-up asphalt path. So, excuse me. So that was improved. Then there was basically just some trees and grass in there. So it's a major improvement.
The bridge that we're talking about leads straight into the park, and that's a new bridge.
Yes.
And so it really works well now with what's there.
Yeah, that was a county project. The sidewalks on the vehicular bridge are very narrow. It was very dangerous for pedestrians and cyclists. So the county put in a new pedestrian bridge leading into the park, and then we designed the park so that to take the Commodore Trail through there and make it an amenity for the trail and for the increased pedestrian traffic now that there's a safe crossing.
And you were there as well when we opened this park in May. It was a very large crowd, and it seemed like a lot of people really enjoyed it. People even stayed afterward to play soccer on one of the sides. Other people just strolled around leisurely. Really, you get the sense that this is going to be a park that people will be using a lot.
Yes, I mean, everyone that was out there that day, it was a beautiful day, loved the park, they were using the park. I went there a couple evenings after that, and there's people there running through, biking through, using exercise equipment. It looks beautiful at night with it lit up. So I think the residents and the community are really going to really enjoy the park.
All right, well, thank you, Brooke, for being here, and welcome to the city.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
And we do want to tell you that there are some items that the contractor will be working on in the coming months, but the park is open for your enjoyment. We'll be right back with more of Coral Gables Now.
Take a pop quiz with me. In what film did I feel a need for speed? What was my call sign? Who did I sit behind in the F-14? Oh, and one more question. Who does your kid sit behind in homeroom?
Know what really matters. Know about your kid's school, and know about your kid. Find out 100 ways to know more, do more.
Each year, smoking leaves 31,000 children fatherless.
Welcome back. The state of Florida has bestowed a special honor on St. Mary's First Missionary Baptist Church. It's the first African American church in Coral Gables. Rodolfo Roman has that story.
It was a normal spiritual service at St. Mary First Missionary Baptist Church, but this time there was more reason to give thanks to. Coral Gables officials were on board to unveil a new historic marker outside the 90-year-old church.
I'll tell you what it means. It means people who love God and people who work in the community working together to beautify our church and to beautify our community and making a difference, because we're concerned about one thing: making good citizens and sound and solid human beings.
City leaders were present at the ceremony to recognize the significance of this first African American church in the history of Coral Gables. This congregation is not only a house of worship, but also a place for the community to get involved. Just 6 months ago, Baptist Health in the city of Coral Gables got involved and joined forces to give the church a facelift. The project was paid for by private fundings.
A lot of work that had not been done for a long time. The church was getting kind of run down on the outside, and they asked us if we could give them a hand, and we all pitched in. All the funds for this came from the private sector. Baptist brought a whole team of people, and we worked for hours and hours, and it was hot as well, as like today. But just take a look at this church now. It's spectacular.
Church in the McFarland district has been a staple of people's lives for years, like Mary Butler Lane. She has attended the church since she was 5 years old. Today, she is 90-plus years young.
I love this church. As a child, they had so many nice activities for us to do in the church and out of the church. You know, they focus on our children, on the children.
Volunteers and city officials helped restore the church by painting and adding grass in the exterior portion of the building.
Renovation really goes back to what makes the city so great. You know, this church has been around for such a long time. The community's been involved with this church for so many years. They have such love for this community that it was really a pleasure to be involved in the renovation process.
The building is a special place for the more than 300 members that attend every Sunday for service.
Well, I think it is a gathering place for this community here, and as all of our churches throughout our community, they are gathering places. They are where people come together. They form their support networks, and anything that we can do as a city to help them with their gathering places and their support, we should be obliged and feel obliged to do that.
In light of the appreciation, the church awarded all city commissioners and mayor with a recognition. The work isn't complete. Plans are that there will be another phase in beautifying the church along with the neighborhood.
So you see that this facility has gotten an incredible uplift, which in turn has really helped out the morale of this community.
For Coral Gables Now, Rodolfo Roman.
All right, thanks, Rodolfo. Progress is being made to bring 2 large-scale civic monuments to 2 traffic circles on Segovia Street. Raul Flores has that story and others on City News. Raul?
Thank you, Belkis. As you can see, I have joined you in the World Cup fever as I'm wearing the official Honduran jersey. My hope for this year in Brazil is that we can actually qualify to the semifinals. Speaking of semifinalists, a panel of art experts has selected 5 semifinalists that are going to be creating the civic monuments that are going to be placed in this traffic circle and the one on Coral Way. The well-known artists from around the world are now developing concepts for the circles. Among the criteria, the design, which will include a water feature, will also be reflective of the aesthetics and values of the Coral Gables community. Once the concepts are ready, they will be presented at a public meeting to the judging panel, which will make a recommendation to the City Commission. The Commission will have the final decision. Get your American flag ready. The city will hold the 3rd annual July 4th celebration at the Biltmore Hotel. Last year, approximately 30,000 people sprawled out on the beautiful golf course to enjoy the amazing fireworks display. It's the city's biggest community celebration. There are several sponsorship opportunities still available. For more information, please contact Michelle Cash at the Economic Sustainability Department at 460-5313 or mcash@coralgables.com. Finally, if you see an emergency vehicle with flashing lights parked on the side of a multi-lane road, remember to change lanes and move away from the emergency vehicle. Coral Gables Police will be enforcing Florida's move over law. If it's a 2-lane road or you can't change lanes safely, drivers must slow down to at least 20 miles per hour below the posted speed limit. Violating this law puts drivers and public safety professionals at risk and can result in a fine and points on your license.
That does it for CD News. Belkis, now back to you.
All right, thanks, Raul. Good luck to Honduras. And that does it for this edition of Coral Gables Now. Thanks for watching Coral Gables Television. Remember to watch us and like us on youtube.com/Coral Gables TV. And you can also watch us on Comcast Channel 77 and now on UVerse Channel 99, and just select the City of Coral Gables from the menu. Have a great summer.